Starting to stream. Being live streamed. Got it. Everybody, now you know, being live streamed to the YouTube. The place where I get the most mean comments of all social media platforms. That's where we're going live. But then you won't have to wait for the recording. Welcome to our Monday night call, you guys. So happy to see all of your faces. I hope you're doing well. As you know, we are in a training series, fancy words, this month, where I've been breaking down some of the basics of our business, because I think it's really easy to skip over that at all levels of the business. Skip over like, okay, well, we have this business marker of trying to hit Success Club, but why? Why should I value that? Why should that matter? And that was what we did week 1. And then week 2, I dove into Diamond. Why is that important? What are the benefits? How does that actually affect me? And I shared some of the reasons why it's valued differently to different people, because as we all know, all of our lives, all of our circumstances, all of our visions, they're all different. And that's the beautiful thing. And so it's important to me, and I take my responsibility seriously to educate the team, to educate you guys so that you understand fully why, some of the benefits of these things, so you can make the decision for yourself on if it is or should be on your vision board, if it should be something that you're aiming for, or if it shouldn't. And that's okay too. So today we are talking about coaching. How many of you, turn my ringer off, that's rude, Jessica. How many of you struggle when it comes to your confidence on inviting people to learn more about coaching? Okay. Joni and Julia, I'm guessing you're maybe raising your hand, but I can't see your pretty faces, and that's totally okay. I'm glad you're here. For most people, I will say for the majority of coaches, it's a struggle. It is a struggle. And so that's what we're talking about tonight. I want you to leave this call with more clarity and understanding as to, first of all, why you're doing this. Why are you here? Why are you working? Why are you trying to figure this out? And why you're inviting to coaching. Because for me, I found that is what makes a difference. If I know all of you on this call, I know all of the coaches on our team, and not one person is on this team in coaching just for themselves. Not one person is like, I just want to make a lot of money and sell a lot of things just for me. That's not who we attract. That's not what we're about. We are all in this because a huge part of our hearts wants to serve other people. We want to be a vessel. We want to make other people's lives better. We want to bring hope and healing and inspiration. And I hope, my intention is by the end of our call tonight, that you'll see why coaching is such a huge part of that, if not the biggest. So I've created some slides because I am a visual learner. As I'm switching this over, if you could put in the chat box, what type of learner are you? Like, how do you learn best? Is it audio, hearing it, visual, doing? How do you learn and retain knowledge the best? Okay, can you guys see my screen? Cool. I'm going to put it in present mode, and I'm going to try to visual, hands-on, doing, taking notes. Awesome. Hey guys, everyone who said hands-on and by doing, remember that. Remember that you're going to get better learning how to get better at inviting, and how to get better at share cards, and how to get better at conversations by doing them. I'm the same way. Okay, going to present mode. There we go. Okay, so here we have it. Why coaching? Why coaching? First, when I say I'm going back to the basics, I really am, because again, most of people skip over this part. So what is a team Beachbody coach? Here's Beachbody's definition from their website. A Beachbody coach means the ability to help yourself and others live healthier, more fulfilling lives with the opportunity to earn additional income along the way. It's being passionate about helping to end the trend of obesity in this country / in the world, because we're in multiple countries, all by doing what you love, staying fit and healthy while inspiring others to do the same. It really comes down to the be the example, share the example. And we're going to see that in redundancy over and over. Most coaches make it so complicated, but it just comes down to this. Be a product of the product and help other people be the product of the product. Now, here's a little bit of a different version. That's my version based on a little bit more about what we teach in our team. I feel like a coach is an advocate. I've always looked at a Beachbody coach, and this is why you don't need a background in health and fitness to be a Beachbody coach. You are the middle person from where your customer is, all the problems that they have or the goals that they have. And here's all the tools, solutions, and the best version of themselves. And you are helping them get from here to here. You're connecting the two in the middle. You're saying, based on your goal to lose 50 pounds, your really stressful schedule, that you have 5 kids and you homeschool at home and you need extra income and you have gut health issues. These are the tools that are going to help you get from here to living your best life. That's what we do as coaches. We use the tools that we have in our toolbox. But I went off of my definition, of course. An advocate for foundational wellness using the 5 elements of transformation while utilizing the tools of $1 billion company to maximize results while building a business founded on transformation and creating freedom. Let us not forget that Beachbody has a lot of credibility, even though, and I know this popped up in some of your heads, even though there's a lot of Beachbody haters out there because of the MLM, the anti-MLMers, which this is going live on the YouTube. And because I just said MLM, I'm sure Nancy and Karen and Gwenda are going to get together and comment on all of the things about, oh my God, she's such an MLM scammer. She's getting people to be fit and healthy and tricking them into living their best lives. I'm like, yes, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so anyways, they're going to be out there. But remember that our job is not to help everybody. Nobody's job is to make everybody happy. All of the people pleasers in the room, can I get a hands up? I am a recovering one. A lot changed for me when someone said, Jessica, if you're trying to make everyone happy, you're going to have to compromise who you are and your morals and your values. Because if you want to make like the devil happy, right? And there's his minions on this earth that are just gonna vomit mean things at you. And we have to be grounded in why we're doing this and who we are serving, because those people are out there. We know that. And we have to be okay with pissing them off. When you shake things up and you really are a force of hope and of light and of healing, you're going to shake up some things and you're going to make some people angry. And it's silly, but it's just part of the territory, depending on how bright you want your light to shine. So remember that. And we are with a $1 billion company. And the truth is that our approach works. It works really good. A year ago, I can't remember where it was, I was looking into other companies because I had several friends leave Beachbody to go to other companies. And I wasn't looking into them because I was going to quit, because that's honestly never been on my radar. I've been frustrated before, don't get me wrong, but it's never been on my radar to quit. But I'll use, this is going live on YouTube. Certain wellness company I've ordered from that's very popular. they sell a lot of products for your household. And again, they're known as a wellness company. And I know that they have a lot of really amazing things. It's Melaleuca, whatever. But I looked into their business and I looked into their products, and I was so bummed because there's a lot of their products. First of all, I couldn't use because they're so strong scented. And there was other nutritional products that had aspartame, like artificial, and sucralose, artificial sweeteners in them. And as a wellness company, like that's a huge thing that you don't want to ever include in your products. And I'm saying this in what is a Beachbody Coach. I know that I kind of went on a tangent, but my point is what we do works, and our integrity that our company has to not include a lot of those huge red flag artificial ingredients is something to be really, really proud of. Okay, so let's talk really quick about coach compensation. Okay, I want you guys to know the basics. This is our basic compensation plan. If you want to learn how to really run a business, then I recommend studying it at some point. You don't need to know it all in the beginning by any means, but just know we get paid weekly. This whole thing is about why coaching. How many of you have a job that pays you every week? Most jobs, the max they pay you is biweekly. My nursing job paid us monthly. And so that's pretty rad that we could get paid weekly, right? We earn as coaches 25 to 40% commission on anything that we refer people to purchase. 25 to 40%. That's a huge chunk. Beachbody On Demand, I think, is the highest, and that's 40%. Unless they've changed it recently. Total solution packs are in between there. And then all of our individual product lines are 25%. Weekly team bonuses, that's your team cycle bonus. You get paid residual income based on how successful the people are that you enroll to get started. Pretty cool. That is residual income that you are not working hour for hour in. And then there's a matching bonus. When you become a diamond coach, you earn 10% of the team cycle bonuses that your coaches earn. That's a whole nother category that most people don't pay attention to. So when Jamie makes $100 in team cycle bonuses, I get $10 just because she was successful with her team cycle bonuses. It is definitely a business that rewards mentorship and rewards your time and investment in your team to help them be successful. Not just a quick sale. I'm not just selling people protein shakes and then never talking to them again. I'm invested in their success. I'm checking in with them. How are you doing? How are you liking this? Do you have any friends who want to do this with you? Let's create the community to help you be successful in the long run, right? In both their wellness journey and in their business. And then there's quarterly bonuses that range between roughly $800 to $75,000. We've talked about that before on team calls. Which is in addition to all of the above. And then we have our annual luxury vacations that are earned. And that is part of the compensation plan, I say, because that's like thousands of dollars of a gift that we get that's through the Success Club program. So this is in a highlight how you get paid as a coach. When I worked as a nurse, you get paid by the hour. That's about it, right? And then they would contribute towards medical benefits, but it still is coming out of my paycheck and that kind of stuff. So when you're making a decision about a career or about coaching specifically, or when you're rationalizing to yourself why you're doing this, remember all the different ways that you can get paid with this job, because I think that's important. And I have here, obviously, Beachbody's income statement, because this is live on the YouTube. Team Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income, obviously, from the Team Beachbody coaching opportunity. Each coach's income depends on his or her own efforts, diligence, and skill. See our Statement of Independent Coach Earnings for the most recent information on the actual incomes of our coaches. Which brings me to the next slide. We had this on our last call, but these are average earnings of these different ranks, and this is high, average, low. These are annual. So you can see when you get into the Star Diamond ranks, average earnings is 119,000. I mean, granted, I wish these were divided because that's between 1 star and 15 star. So you have a huge wide range in there, but this was for this most recent, this last year. And, even an extra 12 grand a year, that's $1,000 a month. How much that could help families, or 18 grand. That's just over $1,000 a month. How much could that help your family with college tuition that you're now paying, or groceries, or to pay off debt, or to pay for marriage counseling or a marriage retreat, or to pay for your kids to go to, I was going to say Disneyland, but things are so weird with Disney right now, Florida, or I don't know, Mexico. What does that mean to you? And what could that mean for people that you shared this with? Okay, now let's talk really quick about what does a coach do daily. Also, I should have said this in the beginning. Please put in the live chat any questions along the way, because I want to go back to them. What does a coach do on the daily? You guys know I've been integrating these 5 essentials for a healthy transformation into pretty much every training that I'm doing, because I do believe that it will be the game changer and add so much clarity to our businesses. If this doesn't work for you, that's totally fine. You are never going to offend me by not using it. However, I see most coaches struggle in the lack of structure and the lack of clarity on what exactly they're supposed to do and what exactly they're supposed to say. And this simplifies all of that. And it adds clarity to what you do as a coach. You set yourself up with the 5 elements for healthy transformation, and you follow that program. And then you set other people up the same way. And we do that through asking a few clear questions, what their top 3 struggles are and what their top 3 goals are for the next 30 to 90 days, physical goal, mental, emotional goal, functional goal. Based on what they share with you, you create this program for them. And then you set up a share cart, which is our system that we use to build their program. Send them the link, they enroll, you send them a welcome email. Bada bing, bada boom. That's how we get people started. But as a coach, what do you do daily? I will show you the next slide to how it's broken down. But honestly, your mission is to find more people to set up with this. That could look like anything. That could be on social media. That could be like Sarah Stoy has been getting together with local moms, or going on a walk, or going to the park. That could be Brooke talking to teachers at her school. It could be so many different things. It could be family reunions. It could be a workout in the park. It could be anything. It's not a cookie cutter business that this is exactly what you do to be successful. It is, as far as that goes, as far as you could post 10 times a day on Instagram and not be successful. I'll put it that way, because you could be posting about puppy dogs and it has nothing to do with your business, right? And so your main goal as a coach is to get more people to have a conversation about filling one of these out for them and see where it goes from there. Google questionnaire form's fine. Again, it doesn't matter how, but this is your goal. This is our Success Club system business activity tracker. So this is helpful to track if you're doing activities that are leading to business productivity. How many of you have wasted, and I will raise both of my hands, have wasted way too much time on a graphic, or trying to write a post, or trying to figure out Lightroom filters, or trying to do something that's not truly growing your business? However, you're working hours, and so you're spinning your wheels and you get frustrated because your business isn't growing, even though you feel like you're working. That is a very, very, very common However, it will be the death of you. You will be so frustrated at some point because you feel like you're working, but you're not actually doing it. You're not actually getting people to fill out that form. You're not actually setting people up with the 5 elements to a healthy transformation. You're not actually sharing your progress of your own journey. You're not actually sharing the benefits of what you're doing. You're not sharing, your story and your struggles, the things that are going to help people understand you more and why you're doing this coaching thing and why they should trust you. You're not actually doing those things. And you could have the prettiest graphics in the world, but if you don't have anyone to show them to, it's not going to matter, right? Sorry, that was really weird. Okay. Does this help anyone as far as like structure? Like, what should I be doing and what does a coach actually do? I know you guys on here know a lot of this, but I just wanted to make sure this is helpful. Okay. How much time does it require? This is something I really recommend you tracking. Get a timer. There's so many apps, like working apps. There's other entrepreneurs in the world who struggle with all these same things. There's tools out there that can help you, but time how much you're working. How much time are you spending? How much time, let's say you time your week and you spent 12 hours doing Beachbody activities. Every time you get on social media for work, put your timer on. Every time you're, doing a post, sending an invite, working on a graphic, anytime you do anything, set a timer and time yourself that I worked 12 hours this week and I have nothing to show for it. You need to go back and check what you're doing, because while this question I think is very valid and important, it depends on what you're doing, because I've seen people just crush it and be so successful in very minimal time. And I've seen people have 4 hours a day to work and do absolutely nothing to grow their business, but they're working on their business, but doing nothing to grow their business. So that part is really important. The other things that are important to consider when asking the question, how much does it take to run a successful Beachbody business, is what are your actual goals? As you guys all know, when I started, I had the goal, although I didn't think it was possible at the time, to make $4,000 a month to get out of my prison nursing job. And that's a big goal. And I had a lot of urgency to do it because I started to hate where I was. And it was not just the environment that I was in a prison, but it was also the time I was spending away from my son. That was really hard for me. I was miserable with the management at my job. I hated the required 16-hour shifts that I had to stay. I hated seeing my husband in passing. He would be getting off shift, I'd be coming on, or vice versa. So my goals and my urgency were big. And so for me, I knew I would spend more time than someone who has the goal of, I just want to help my mom. And these are not bad at all. I'm just giving you context. Or I just want to, if I could get my Shakeology paid for, that would be great. Do you feel the difference in the urgency of what my reason was and what someone who just wants to pay for their Shakeology is? My motivation to be disciplined in figuring this out is going to be a lot stronger than someone who wants to earn $100 a month. Neither one are wrong. Neither one is better than the other. They're just different. And so these are important things to consider, but 100% you can be very successful in this business working 7 to 10 hours a week. You could still see success less than that, but I think it's important to at least put an hour a day, an average of an hour a day towards your business, especially in the beginning. In the beginning, you're going to have more hustle than you're going to reap. And my coach told me that, and it was very true. She said, Jessica, be consistent. And at that 1 year mark, you're going to see the compound effects start to snowball and take effect. And sure enough, my 1 year anniversary check was the biggest one I had ever had. And I think it was $800. I got paid that week after year one. And it was not that I had an exponentially big sale. It was the compound effect of consistently adding at least 3 to 5 people a month started to take off. And then we'll get into hours and time frame later, because now I maybe work 10 to 15 hours a month on my Beachbody business. They're very specific. At least 4 of those are our team calls, and then probably add another 4 hours for prep for them. So that's 8 hours out of the month already. So I'm probably at like 15 hours a month that I spend on Beachbody business, and my income has not really changed since doing that. So that is a huge benefit. Okay, Team Beachbody coaching benefits. These are some that I've identified. This is not from the Beachbody website. Here's what I'd love for you to do. Hopefully you have a notebook out or something, and I want you to write down the ones that are most important to you, or take a screenshot of this. Write down the things that really resonate with you. That's why you're here. That's why you keep trying to figure this out, because it's going to be different for everybody. And that's a good thing. But these are the things that you talk about. So for me, and maybe I want to know how this can relate to you guys. Healthy family habits. It is so important to me that my kids grow up with a really healthy foundation. That's always been important to me because of my struggles. I struggled for over a decade, like hard with my health, and with debilitating anxiety and debilitating digestive issues in my late teens and early 20s, and horrible hormonal imbalances that no one could figure out. And so I want my kids to have the healthiest foundation possible to set them up for success for the rest of their lives. That's a huge motivator for me. And coaching with Beachbody keeps me accountable to those habits. The habit tracker, it's still super helpful for me. Learning about the tricks with drinking more water, learning about the importance of sleep, Shakeology. My kids beg me for Shakeology. Like, those things are making a huge difference in the rest of their life because I'm a Beachbody coach. And that, I know is true for many of you guys too. As soon as you start those habits and your family starts to notice. Sarah, I've loved seeing how you've shared that your girls really are starting to love eating vegetables and how they exercise with you. It's so rewarding to see all that. And Krista, your teenage boys, and the products that they use, with their Energize and Hydrate and their Shakeology and the things that you've taught them. This is so far beyond just us, just our health. That's important. I want to be the best version of myself, the best version of who God created me to be. And I've seen lifestyle disease put people in shackles of their spiritual gifts, because the depression is so intense and the fatigue is so intense, and heart disease and all of these things, right? It's so important to me that we as a team help as many people as possible live the best version of themselves, because we only get one chance. That is a benefit of being a coach. Our growth community, you guys, I absolutely love getting to see your faces every week. I love the events that we get to be at together. I love our chat threads. I love our Facebook community. I love that if I need prayer, I know exactly who to go to. It's such a valuable thing, the community that we all together have created. And it's so rare in our day and age. That's a huge benefit. As far as the business goes, there's no actual startup fees. If you start with a total solution pack, as you guys know, the business fee, oh my gosh, my kids. Hold on, I need to yell at them. Hey, Logan, stop. Logan, do not do that again. Liam, do not do that again. You understand? The freedom. Sorry. Okay. So no business startup fees, and you can have $1 million business. Literally, there's no glass ceiling on how much you could earn with this company. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. Okay. And if you want to say it's $15.95 or it's $39.95 to have a business account, if you don't get a total solution back, okay, you have to pay $40. I'm sorry, to be able to earn 6 to 7 figures. I think that that's okay because the average startup requires tens of thousands of dollars, right? And so much overhead. And you don't see a profit on average for 5 years is the average entrepreneur. Okay, location freedom. You all know my story. If it wasn't for Beachbody, we would not have been able to move here to North Idaho during an extremely stressful time in our family's life. I am forever thankful to Beachbody for that. My kids are going to grow up differently. We have incredible school here that my sons are able to go to, and an amazing church. And there's amazing places to live. And you don't want your job to have to hinder where you've been called to live if it doesn't have to. Free vacations, we talked about that, but it's important. I think that it earns a spot to be repeated, because I don't know if you guys have been to an all-inclusive resort before, but to be able to go to Mexico and not bring your wallet to the trip, and to be able to like be there with your spouse or your kids or everybody, or by yourself or with a best friend, and to know that you earned that because of helping people, it's like such a cool thing. And the people that you meet there, some of my forever friends are from Success Love Trips. It's just like such an amazing reward that is rare when it comes to looking at finding a job or finding a career. And then we have passive income, which we've talked about before. Personal trainers, the average person, the average job, as you guys know, they don't pay you if you're not working, like on the clock working. And this is set up for you to work less and make more in the long run. And then lastly, it gives you a pretty big platform. If you have a passion or a mission that God's put on your heart, whether that's saving the animals or saving the trees or saving the people, whatever that is, I know so many people look at Liz, my coach Liz. Beachbody has been the vessel and the platform for her to really fund and launch her business coaching, her scalable entrepreneurship course. And now it's morphed into this curriculum and the Leadership Luminary Company and homeschooling curriculum, and like so much that she's doing. But she'll be the first to tell you none of it would have ever been possible if it wasn't for her starting her Beachbody business and selling her first challenge pack. So you just never know how big this could grow if you really wanted it to. Okay. Okay, so how does this become a career? You have to treat it like one. And this is something I recommend if this resonates with you, because it won't for everyone, and that's totally okay. But if you want this to be a successful long-term thing for you, treat it like a career. Even if it's part-time right now, even if you need to work up to it. I had to do that. But prioritize it like it is going to be the vessel that's going to help you create the life of your dreams. And with that comes obviously prioritizing time. And we're going to talk about that in just a second. Okay, so how do I set this up to work less and make more? If you treat this like a commission-based business, where you guys read, we earn 25 to 40% commission on anything that we recommend that people purchase, which is amazing. However, if that's the only part of your business that you grow, it will be like a commission-based job, like a sales job. It will be sales. If you want to set this business up for you to eventually be able to work less and make more, that is where the team dynamic comes in. And that is exactly why you're here tonight. It's learning more about why should people want to coach? How could this help other people? If you are here tonight because you really want to serve people and help them live better lives, how many people struggle with stress of finances right now? It's like one of the number one stressors. We're in inflation. We're in a very weird economy. There's so many uncertainties. Our Beachbody prices have not changed. Beachbody On Demand went up, and then they added Body, and then they highly discounted everything. Our supplements have not changed. You still get discounts on things, because here's the thing. The economy is going to continue to do its weird thing. Inflation is going to keep happening. Let's just say what it is. So what does that mean for us? The stress of the world is high. Who's going to thrive during stressful times? The people that take care of themselves, the people that learn the healthy habits. And then we learn how to bring solutions to people's problems. That is the key of successful entrepreneurship. That's not a Beachbody thing. That is a successful entrepreneur is someone who has a product that's a solution for people's problems. Intercoaching, people's problems. They're struggling finding work. The cost of food is ridiculous right now, and it's only going to get worse, right? Instead of having the lack mindset of, well, cost of everything is going to go up, so I have to cut down on all, people aren't going to want to buy Beachbody. That's not true. It's not true. If you help them, educate them to learn how to, let's meal prep more of a smart way. Let's learn how to save on groceries, and let's make you more money, because there are people out there who have plenty of money to pay for this, and they're paying for gym memberships, and they're paying for all Starbucks. They're paying for all these other things that are not serving them, that are not preparing them for stressful times. And you need to be the person that speaks up to these people to say, hey, let's pull it together. Let's make you some money based on transforming people's lives and preparing us for whatever's to come. Worst case scenario, the world doesn't go to hell in a handbasket and we are living our best lives, right? Like, what do you have to lose to really go in on this business? Because the business model is founded on exactly what everybody needs right now. And that's pretty rad. Okay, what are the hardest parts? I'm going to share a few, but I would love to hear what you guys have to say, to be honest. So, starting, I see so many people struggle here with just starting. How many of you struggled there? Of like, yeah, I just struggled to start my business. Learning marketing. That encompasses social media, that encompasses marketing of any kind. And it's a learned thing. Most people aren't good at it off the bat because it's a learned trait. Just like anything. Just like if you were to go get a new job at McDonald's, you probably wouldn't know what to do. You're going to have to learn the traits, right? This business is no different. And when we look at it that way, it becomes less defeating. It shouldn't be that, well, she's way better at social media, or she's way better at talking videos, or she knows how to make reels so much better than me. Most people don't go into McDonald's and be like, oh my gosh, I can never do this. They make a way better cheeseburger than I do. No, you just learn, right? So silly. In other areas of our lives, we don't do this, but for some reason in this, we do. We become, we compare everything, and we like internalize all of this self-sabotaging. What are the other hard parts? Believing in yourself. Most people struggle with that. They really struggle believing in their ability to be successful and their worth of what they should be. They look at other people and think, oh, well, she should actually be, it makes sense that she's successful because fill in the blank. Have you guys done that? Has anyone done that? Well, it makes sense that they're successful because fill in the blank. I can never do that. I don't have that. It's honestly one of the hardest parts that most people have. It's the thing that stands in the way, because if you really believe in your ability and your worth to be successful, you will be successful. Creating a schedule and being disciplined with it. Okay, I'm gonna say this is a struggle of mine lately, because my schedule, I will write it out and then I'll never look at it again. Like this has happened lately with my day planner. But most people do struggle with being disciplined with the activities. Dreaming beyond what you've thought to be possible. I will say that most people will only base their dreams off of what they have achieved before, or what is close and easy, and it doesn't feel as scary or risky. And when we don't dream beyond what we know, then we'll never push ourselves to be and do what we've never been and done before. Does that make sense? It's like our kids. If they've never tried to walk because they've never done it before, then they'd never succeed. I hope you understood that right. I don't think I said it right, but if we never think beyond what's in front of us, then we'll never push ourselves to do more, to do different things that will get us different results than maybe what we have right now. And then that's the last part, getting clear on what people really want, or what you really want with your life. And this is what's funny. The hardest part about this job are these things. It's not inviting, because that comes when you start your business, when you learn how to do marketing, so you have people to invite. When you believe in yourself and believe in what you're doing, it becomes an overflow. You want to invite people. When you are disciplined with your schedule and doing the power hours that are set up for you guys 3 times a day with our power hour schedule, you're going to do the inviting. When you have dreams and a vision of exactly what you know God's put on your heart to do, and this is a vessel to get you there, you're going to do the inviting. That's a byproduct of all of these things. And so maybe take a screenshot of this, and maybe this is for the next 30, 60 days, something that you work on. Okay, I'm just going to start. I'm going to do it. I'm going to learn a little bit about marketing. I'm going to write down every day how much I believe in myself and my ability to do this and my worth of being successful. I'm going to create a schedule. I'm just going to stick to 1 power hour 3 to 5 times a day, or a week. Sorry. And I'm going to write down my vision every day, or I'm going to record it in a voice memo in my phone, like Micah Folsom recommends, and I'm going to play it every morning so I remember why I'm doing this and what my vision is and what I'm working towards. And maybe those are just your things for 30 days, and see what happens. Because these are the hardest parts of why people aren't successful. Okay. Really quick and wrapping up, I have only a few more slides, but these are ones that I get asked about as far as a business is concerned. Okay, what about taxes? I have an amazing friend, and she is a bookkeeper that specializes in businesses for health coaches. And I'm going to schedule a special call with her, because there are so many tax breaks that you have as a Beachbody coach. You can write off a portion of your cell phone. You can write off a portion of your home. If you have an office in your home, a portion of your square footage and all of your utilities, all of your products that you order can be a tax write-off because you are using them in marketing. It is a requirement for your job, your workout clothes, your new tennis shoes, all of those things that have to do with health and fitness, your Vitamix, all can be a tax write-off for your Beachbody business, because this is a business that you're starting. Any questions about that? Okay. What do you do for health insurance? And this might not apply to you guys. Some of you may have spouses that have health insurance. We don't now. Ever since we moved here and Jimmy started his own business too, we personally use MediShare, and that's worked really well for us. As a family of 5, we only pay $300 a month. And we have the highest deductible, which is $12,000, because I don't take my kids to the doctor unless it's an emergency. Well, this year we've had a lot of emergencies. So of course we pretty much went up to that $12,000. I'll probably go like a tier up on coverage. But they've been amazing. They've been absolutely amazing to deal with. There are other, depending on where you live, there are other health insurance options. But I wanted to talk about it since this is all about business, and that is a huge question that people ask. My job took like $1,600 a month, I think, for health insurance for 4 of us when I was working for the state of California. So big cost difference there. We still paid a crap ton of money for surgeries that came up. Okay, what about retirement? this is something, if you haven't thought about, I encourage you to think about. So when I worked for the Department of Corrections, me and my husband did, that's a huge reason why people keep that job and stay miserable. Pretty much everyone stays miserable at that job, and they say it's for their retirement. And then the average life expectancy is 5 years after retirement. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. And people literally, and I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of people waste their life away being miserable for their retirement. And I know it's not the only career people do that for, but it's very common. There are so many entrepreneurs who are very successful and have set themselves up for retirement without being dependent on a government job. There's so many options. We personally do have a 401k and 457, but we will be investing in real estate rentals. That is something we've learned that majority of millionaires and even billionaires have real estate investment that is paying them back on a monthly basis. And those rentals turn into residual income that they make after they are no longer working. And that's how a lot of them save up. So again, this isn't my specialty or my forte, but I wanted to at least talk about it because there are so many options of things that you can set yourself up for if that's what's holding you back. However, Beachbody alone is residual income. You can walk away from your business, you can stay active and still be earning income every single week. That's a form of retirement. That's a form of a benefits package. I remember when I went out on maternity leave and I was still getting paid even after I had a baby and I wasn't working at all. I was thinking like, people pay for this for leaves to get paid while they're at home with their baby. And that's exactly what's happening. How cool is that? It's just a different way of thinking about it. Okay. And I believe I've got 2 more. Okay. So this over. I know we're at the end. Everyone's brains are probably tired and it's late, but this is a question for you. Why do you want to coach? Again, maybe take a screenshot of this and do some journaling and write down what is it that draws you to this career? Is it the motivation and accountability, who it makes you? Is it the income and the potential of it? Is it the influence and the impact that you get to have on your piece of the world through doing this? Is it the freedoms, time, financial, and location freedoms? Is it to build a healthier family? Is it the free luxury trips? Or is it to become the best version of yourself? Or maybe it's something different. But you have to have clarity on what that is in order to share that with people. And in order for you to have the conviction to talk to people about coaching from a genuine place in your heart, it's important to have clarity on why you're doing it and to know what it could mean for somebody else. How many of you want to give other people time freedom and income freedom and location freedom? How many of you would love to be able to bless one of your really good girlfriends and her husband with a luxury vacation to Mexico? How good would that feel? How good would it feel for your friends' kids to start having more vegetables and drinking Shakeology? And because of that, their attention's better. Their attitudes are better. They're happier kids. The whole family is happier. Would that feel if that effect on that family was because of you? Because you reached out to a friend and you showed her, hey, let's do this together. This is what's possible. I think you'd love it. And I think you do great. That should pull your heartstrings to do things that maybe are uncomfortable or hard sometimes for you, right? Because that's what this is all about. Wanting the success in this business more than the want to be comfortable and do what comes easy, because you can't have both. Okay, I know you guys know this, but this is first steps on how to start as a successful coach in my brain tonight. I will be sharing all these slides with you. Number 1 in my book is to identify why it's important to you. Why does somebody want to be a coach? And keep that vision close to your heart. Number 2, as you guys know, is to enroll with a total solution pack. And that's because you want to be able to understand what you're representing. That's so important. I don't want people on our team who are trying to represent something that they don't understand or even know what it is, right? 3, set yourself up with the 5 elements of a healthy transformation. If you've not done that yet, do that today. Print out the habit tracker. I highly recommend that. It's very helpful. I recommend learning how to set up a Google form questionnaire. We went over that last call. Number 5, depending on your goals and ambitions, set a goal of 10 plus people to set up with the 5 elements of transformation. These 2 things, setting yourself up with that form and having a goal of setting 10 people up with that, will break through a lot of the gray area where people get stuck. Of the, okay, I need to write my coming out post. Okay, I need to post on social media. Okay, I need to invite people. Because people don't know what to say. They don't know what to do with all of that. So if you just make your goal to find 10 people to set this form up and just tell them, hey, I want to do this for practice. I'm learning this new approach to wellness coaching, and I want to set up a free program for you. And I want your honest feedback on what you think of my presentation. Guarantee you, some of those people will end up joining you. You need the practice. Just like a nurse would need practice setting up an IV multiple times to be good at it, you need the practice of setting up programs. And so make that your mission. Or if you're getting a new coach enrolled, make that their mission, or help them make that their mission. Okay, use marketing platforms to market your new program you're doing. And why? When I say new program, I mean the 5-part program that you set up for yourself. Tell every customer that you enroll about referral links to pay for their order. We went over this a little bit last time. Just use those words. Hey, just want to let you know, if you have anyone who wants to do this with you or who starts asking questions, I can always get you set up with some referral links, and you get a bonus every time, someone you refer joins the team. And from there, you would set them up with a coach account. Okay. Enroll 1 to 2 controlled accounts if it's in alignment with your vision. So when I first started, I enrolled with their permission. My husband and my mom became emerald right away. There is a huge benefit to that in the long run. That's all I got for those steps. I know this was a lot. I know you guys probably knew a lot of this, but it was, again, important to me to go over this so that there was no questioning and no guessing on why it is that we're doing what we're doing. And so that we understand that it really is amazing. Like when you compare it to other things out there, it's an amazing, no matter what level you're doing it at, even if it's just to be an emerald coach and refer a few people, that's okay. That's amazing still. It's so fulfilling what we get to do. The risk is so low for what the reward could be. And I just wanted us to all have a good understanding on why coaching. Any questions? Did I bore you guys to death? Does anyone at least want to say hi to me?
Hi. My brain's just so overloaded from the day. I'm just like,
yeah. It was
so
a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah. Meetings and helping my student teacher plan a lesson for next week. I'm like, oh, okay, my brain's done.
Your brain is done. I don't blame you at all. I'm glad you're here.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're making someone a share cart, do you automatically do them a preferred customer, or do you kind of just do them as a customer, and then as they like the products, then you suggest to become a preferred customer? How do you usually go about that?
That's a great question. So it depends. If they end up filling out my Google questionnaire form, I have a spot on there that asks them, which makes it easy. But if they don't, then it depends on how many products I'm setting them up with. If it's just a total solution pack, I usually set them up with a regular customer account, depending. If they're adding any more than that, or I think that they're also going to benefit from a 3-day refresh or an energize and a hydrate too, then I usually set them up with a preferred customer account. automatically, and I'll tell them, hey, I just want to let you know I like to set my friends and family up with a preferred customer account because it gives you 25% off on all the extra products you're ordering. It's your biggest bang for your buck. You can cancel at any time. And then it's just making it simple. Like your confidence in that suggestion usually makes them feel confident in it too.
And my goal this week is to do the Google form. I rewatched last week's, and I was like, I'm gonna do that this week. I was just like you, Joni. I had no idea how to do it.
Please message me a reminder, and I can send you the collaborator link that will allow you to make a copy of it if you want to. You could do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I have one too. I can send you. It's
Okay.
basically but I just changed a couple of things.
Perfect.
But
Well, I even remember you saying to put one next to that and then one and just copy it. And I was like, oh, I could do that.
Yeah, you could do that too. Totally. Good question. Sarah, I have to tell you, Leah was over the other day and she looked at me, she goes, I just love Sarah. She's just so amazing. She just inspires me so much. Like, I know, she is. She inspires
I love
me
her too.
So fun. Krista, were you going to say something? I didn't know.
No,
No.
I just realized I unmuted myself. No.
Okay. I saw that too.
Hi. You said hi. Hi.
Hi, thank you. Hi.
We'll be
Okay.
going out of town next week, so I won't see you, but
Yes, that's totally fine. Enjoy your time. Absolutely enjoy your time. This recording will be up on YouTube now. That's the pro of going live. I will see if anyone commented on them going live. We'll see. But I will share the link, and I will also share those slides with you guys because this template could be edited to be your own, and you could do your own coach webinar on coaching with all the slides already set up too. You could go in with another coach like Brooke and Sarah. You guys could do one together, or 3 of you could do one together, and just wing it and just see what happens. Like, what's the worst thing that could happen? But really talking about it more is super helpful in deepening your understanding and confidence of the business side. And remember, you don't have to know everything. My kids are so loud outside jumping on the trampoline still. Okay. Love you all. Have a great evening. Thank you for being here. Talk with you soon.